Okay, fourth grade math educators, there's one more thing I want to point out to you regarding your fourth grade Unit 1 curriculum document, which is this Pages file that I've created for you. In an attempt to make our curriculum more accessible to you as an educator and more accessible to the learners, I've developed this Pages file and I think you're going to like it. So if you click on this link for Unit 1, it'll download to your computer. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is the Pages file for Unit 1 on place value in fourth grade math. On the second page, you'll see a delineation between the content the unit includes and topics beyond the scope of the unit. So here I've shared with you that the students will be representing whole numbers, interpreting the value of a digit in a certain place value position. They'll use base 10 blocks and represent numbers, compare and order, round, and determine efficient strategies for addition and subtraction. Beyond the scope of this unit involves numbers greater than 1 billion, representing, interpreting, comparing, and order decimals, and solving problems with multiplication. The next page shares prerequisite skills that are beneficial for the students to fully engage in this unit and ideas for you to pre-assess those. So before the students enter into fourth grade math content around place value, it's important that they are able to use place value to compare and order numbers up to 1,200 and then up to 100,000. So one way to pre-assess that is, given a place value chart, ask them to represent the number 1,050. And then on the same chart, represent the number 1,400 and compare the numbers. You can see the rest of the prerequisite skills and pre-assessments below. Then, beginning on the next page, there's one page per week aligned to the topics in the weekly scope and sequence. So the first week of content is about representing numbers and interpreting place value. At the top, you'll see the academic and language objective from the weekly scope and sequence, skills and understandings, and vocabulary. If you click on these audio buttons, you'll hear my voice speaking to you with teaching tips and ideas as you implement this topic. There are also recommended and sample learning experiences linked down here with visual images to remind you what they are. The next week is about comparing and ordering numbers. Here is the I can statements and topics and resources for building content knowledge and recommended sample learning experiences. Again, another audio button to hear from me. As the students learn to round numbers, here's some real-life rounding numbers problems and ideas for integrating the English language proficiency standards listening skills. The next week on adding and subtracting whole numbers, I've provided a resource for you as a teacher to learn about strip diagrams and links to addition problem-solving strategies. Here's a tip on building fluency as well with your students. Now, as you enter into small groups, you may be wondering about group size, how much time to meet with each small group, or what the students are doing when they aren't with you. This page includes some tips to consider. And as we provide feedback to our learners, I encourage you to provide specific, actionable, valuable feedback with an asset mindset that is focusing on what the students know and building on that. If you're unsure how to access any of the digital tools referenced in this Pages document, the last page will give you a reminder about that. I've been working to make our curriculum content more accessible to you as an educator and more accessible to our learners. And I think you're going to like it, and I hope you appreciate this Pages file as another way to access your curriculum.